An actor's typical day may involve one of three primary roles. The most prominent role is acting on set for filming. Movies and television shows are the most commonly known film bits, but actors perform in plays, shows, and even short productions such as commercials. Tim here is preparing his lines and scenes with the director of a commercial for a new laptop that runs off your phone. This startup hired Tim specifically based on his former work that Tim makes sure to display. Actors can be on set all day and practice being in their roles between scenes. Filming involves multiple different takes and locations that require you to be in a focused mental state throughout the day. This can be very draining for some, but yet empowering for others. Let's hear a bit more from Tim on his other major roles.
To get a role, if you're just starting out, you have to go to casting websites. You have to go through casting websites and just look at what they call breakdowns and submit, your photo, your resume, if you have a video reel, and then they contact you for an audition, or sometimes you can get booked directly from just your photo and your video for YouTube. So that's why I think it's important as an actor not only to bring professionalism to your work environment or to where you're actually on set, but also bringing professionalism and commitment to a training atmosphere.
What does that mean, bringing professionalism?
Well, Helen Mirren says the two basic things an actor needs to know are be on time and don't be an asshole. Professionalism as an actor means that you are punctual, you're on time, you can take direction, you are not argumentative. If you have an idea, then you're willing to compromise that if the director has a different vision. So professionalism as an actor is something that you develop over time and can be learned early on in the training process. Just knowing to be patient. And a professional actor never complains about waiting, because the quality of a production, the quality of being on a shoot, is a very lengthy process of waiting for the production crew to get set up, and then shooting for a few minutes, and then waiting some more. Now, theater is of course different. There's a longer process of rehearsal, and then the production is the main show. But the commercial work and film and TV, you have less rehearsal and more actually doing the project.
Okay. So
Now that we've seen what the day-to-day can be like for an actor, let's hear about how Tim got started and some closing advice.
One summer, I had broken my leg, so I couldn't play baseball anymore. So instead of baseball, I picked up the VHS camera with my friend, and we just started filming. We just started recording everything we could think of. And the recording, it wasn't necessarily to make something perfect. It was just like we just would have it was just an outlet for our imagination. And so that's what I really sincerely value. What I really strongly value is the power of imagination and producing the ideas, the weird, strange, crazy, funny ideas that you have in your head. My goals as an actor are to produce and act in my own short films, as well as be an outlet for other actors to explore their own craft and tell their own stories, in the form of producing my own short videos and possibly a talk show in the future. The idea of creating something out of nothing, the idea of just building from the ground up a world that you can explore as a character, that I was interested in for so long as a kid, and then through high school. I've always been interested in being amused. I think when we're amused and entertained, we're given such a release from all the stresses and worries of the world. And so to be on the giving end of that, to give people a release and a reason to be amused and entertained, is very fulfilling. Because when people say, "Oh, I saw your commercial," or "I saw that bit in the movie, I really liked it," well, that's a few minutes that they spent just focusing on, something other than their daily life. So I've always valued my imagination as well as collaborating with others. And that's one thing that's very fulfilling about being an actor and being a filmmaker, is that you can meld your imagination with someone else's and produce something that's greater than the both of you.
Okay. And so once you got past that, did you go to college for?
Yes. So after high school, in my junior year of high school, I tried out for my first play and got the lead role in the first play that I ever tried out for. It was Barefoot in the Park. And that moment gave me so much confidence, because I felt it was the perfect outlet for me to express these wild, crazy ideas that I had in my imagination. After high school, I went to school for theater. I studied at University of Colorado at Boulder, and was very active in college. I acted in the student plays, I did a main stage production, and I just networked with all the different students and forged relationships with many of the students there.
Okay. And that networking helped you with future roles, or how did that play into where you are now?
So I actually took a break from acting after about 2 years of it in college. I transferred majors to a music business degree, but I never really let the idea of acting go. I never really abandoned the idea of storytelling. And so I was studying in college music business, but I was still making movies with friends. It just came very natural to me. And so I figured I want to pursue this as a career, which is what brought me out here to California.
Okay.
And there is a great school called San Francisco School of Digital Filmmaking that I took a 5-week filmmaking workshop at and made great relationships there, and then that kind of put me on the trajectory for a career in acting and filmmaking.
Okay. Very cool.
So if you're just starting out, if you're young, in high school or starting out early in college, and you want to get into acting, you want to get into the profession of acting, then I would recommend going on to video production sites. There are several video sites out there, like Mandy.com or Video Pixie. There's also SF Casting. SF Casting is the best resource, and that's for acting in the Bay Area. Now, every big city has a casting website.